Good morning, guys. Coach Janine at Whole Body Health. Welcome to Monday Mobility. Hope you're having a great morning so far. I'm assuming most of you are drinking your coffee and getting prepared for your day. I've got 6 great moves for you today that will definitely change your world if you do them all the time. Well, all the time, within reason. If you do them consistently. I'm not going to get real crazy and say all the time because I know most people won't do them all the time. But they will change your life and the way you move if you do them consistently. I'm going to adjust. I just noticed this is a little high here. I'm going to adjust my video. Sorry, guys. Thought I had it perfect before I started. So you will need a... Now I'm crooked. I'm having issues this morning. It's definitely Monday. Okay. There. Not so crooked today. Okay. So you will definitely need a foam roller to start. And then I have a band and a strap. But you could use, or you might be able to get away with a towel, a long towel, or just a piece of rope that's, fairly long. Okay, so that's what we're going to be using today. I've got 6 moves for you. So let's just go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with this foam roller. We're going to open up your T-spine. Super important. I've talked about this in many video segments. That T-spine, your thoracic area, that upper back area that gets that rounded position when we sit for too long. Or if we stay with bad posture, we get that rounded position. So we want to open that up. So let's go ahead and take the roller and put it right on the upper back area. Ooh, I have to tell you, I am really sore today. Did some posture stuff yesterday and definitely need this. So twofold. You guys get to hear some great movements and I get some great work too. So I'm just going to cross over. I'm just going to nice and gently go back and forth. So I'm trying to find space in that the upper back. I'm not using the lower back to accentuate that, okay? So I'm going to use my upper back to round over the roller. You may get far, you may not, okay? So work with whatever range you have and just know you always want to strive for more space, more rotation in those vertebrae. Okay, we can play with our arm position. We can reach over and up. So again, this is nice and gentle. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, I'm going to cross over. I'm just going to do a little roll. Now I'm staying on the upper back. Just kind of checking out. Oh, I got a couple little adjustments happening. Those muscles are a little tight. I'm going to kind of lean to one side as I roll so I can get one angle in towards the spine. Again, not against the bones, just against those muscles that are right next to the spine. And I'm going to go the other side. And then one more time, I'm going to drop my bottom. And I'm just going to arch over the top. And let's do it one more time. Okay. So that is your T-spine mobilizing exercise today. So I'm going to set the roller aside because we're not going to use that anymore. I'm going to grab one of my toys here, either the band or the strap. I'm going to go ahead and start with my band. We're going to stretch out those hamstrings. So for right now, I'm just going to relax this my left leg. I'm going to show you what I'm doing on my right. I'm going to put the band or the strap or the towel around the ball of the foot. Now don't put it too close to the toes because you're going to pull on that foot and that's going to jump right off and possibly hit you in the face. So right around the ball of the foot, I'm going to hold that band with a nice loose arm. So don't grip it. Right? And I'm going to pull past my body. So I'm not pulling into me. I'm going to pull past. So I'm pulling over the top of my head or behind the wall in front of me or behind me. Okay? And just nice, gentle pulses. You may have more of a bend in your knee. That's fine. You can do a bend and straighten. So just kind of releasing that tension. So you're building the tension and then releasing it. And it should be a nice, gentle stretch. So it should not be painful. Okay, maybe a little uncomfortable depending on how tight you are, but not painful. Okay, going back to that pulsing. Okay, I'm going to add one more element to this stretch. I'm going to push away. So I'm going to push my heel away towards that wall. So I'm adding a little tension. So I'm holding the band here or the towel or the strap. I'm going to push for about 8 seconds or so, and then relax and allow the band come this way. Okay, and then same thing, push. You should feel a contraction here as you push, and then relax. We're gonna do that again. Push, breathe, and then relax. One more time. Push, and then relax. Nice. Go ahead and go to the other side so we can even this out. All right, leg up. Oop, this side's a little tighter than the other side. Okay, I'm just start nice and gentle. Pulling that band over the top of my head, so pulling the toes that direction behind me. Little pulses. Do what feels good here, guys. Okay. And I'm going to contract, pushing that direction, and then relax. And contract, push away, and then relax. One more time, contract. You might notice I'm not holding it for 8 seconds just for sake of time. Okay, so that's your hamstring stretch. Next, we're going to work those inner thighs. Most people I come across have really tight inner thighs. It could be for several reasons. One being they're underactive, meaning they're not as strong as the outer thigh or glute area. Other being that they're just really tight because you're using it a lot. I've come across a lot of equestrian horse riders that have very tight inner thighs because they use them all the time. Okay, so one good way to stretch this, I'm going to hold closer to my foot and I'm going to allow the leg to go out to the side. I'm just kind of holding the end of the band with this side. I'm not really doing anything right now with this other hand, just kind of holding the band. Okay, trying to keep the legs as straight as possible here. Okay, this leg I'm stretching, feeling that stretch deep in that inner thigh. Okay, I'm trying to relax. Keep that foot flexed so toes are pointed up. We're not pointing the toe that way. Okay, flexed foot, making sure you breathe. Now one way to intensify this stretch, continue to hold with the hand. Take the opposite side and stretch it out. Okay, so the band is now outstretched, which adds a little extra tension. Okay, another way you can intensify is take the band behind your head. Okay, that puts a little extra stretch on that band. If you only have a towel or a rope, that is fine. Just continue to hold it here. Okay, let's go ahead and even out the other side. Okay, holding close. Yeah, this feels really good today for me. Making sure to breathe. Now this one for me feels a little deeper into the inner thigh than the other side. Always one side that's a little different. Just notice those feelings. You might need to do a little longer hold on one side versus the other. Now because I did just get out of bed, I'm not going to hold these for a long period of time. Okay, so short little hold, maybe 30 seconds at the most. And then move on to the next stretch. If you're doing this after your workout, you can hold it a little bit longer. Okay, do it as a cool down. The next one here is going to be the hip flexor stretch. So I like to use a mat for this because I'm a baby. So you're going to come on down to a half kneeling stretch. So this one here, it gets done incorrectly all the time. Okay, we try to make it harder when we really don't need to, right? So let's keep it simple today. Let's nice 90-degree angle here, both. And what you're going to do is you're going to tuck the rib cage, tuck the tailbone so the butt is tight here. And I'm going to use my arms to kind of keep this hollow position. And I'm going to drive the knee forward just slightly. It doesn't need to go far because you're going to feel it right here. Okay, and then you're going to hold this and you're going to breathe. If it becomes too intense, you can back it off, relax everything, but then start again. Tuck, tuck, squeeze, push, and push the hips forward. Okay, you should have no strain on the knee. I'm not doing anything weird with the knee. It's all coming from this position in here, okay? Keeping the rib cage down. If you elevate that rib cage, yeah, you'll still get a stretch somewhere, but it's not going to be as targeted in that hip flexor as you might want. Okay, so keep the rib cage down, keep that hollow position here, and then drive it forward. Okay, keeping it simple today with that positioning. Let's go ahead and switch and get the other side. Okay, same thing. I'm going to tuck the hips, squeeze the butt, make sure the rib cage is down. I've got my hollow position here, and I'm going to push forward. One thing I didn't mention, and I'm very guilty of, is I'm looking down with this, but I want to look straight ahead. Okay, so we look down enough at our phones and at laptops or tablets. So let's try to maintain that upright position here, even though we're hollowed in this, in your rib cage. Make sure you're looking forward, so that way your neck stays in good alignment as much as possible. And relax that out. Tuck. Always reset. Tuck. Push. And this side is definitely tighter than the other side. It's all left side today, which is funny. Okay, we're gonna go back down to the mat real quick. I don't want to miss the glutes because those are super important. Now we're gonna use a bench, or you can use the edge of the couch, or a chair, whatever you have available. So I'll put my foot up on the bench, 90-degree angle. Go ahead and cross that ankle over, okay? You can get in close depending on how tight those glutes are, and then drop it down. Keep this foot flexed and push the knee out. Then you can kind of rock side to side, you know, relax into the stretch. And you can get closer. You can also do this against the wall. Either way is fine. You can do it without anything, but it's easier to kind of have somewhere to rest this other foot. So before I go to the other side, I'm just going to show you one more variation. So go ahead and cross over more and then hug that knee in. And oh boy, yes, big stretch through the glutes. Trying to relax and go side to side. Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides. So same thing on the other side. Flex that foot, cross it over, push the knee away from you, and nice and gentle rock. Okay, and then bring it down a little bit and hug it in. Again, just a little bit of a rock. You can shift to one side if you want, so you get a little deeper stretch here. Whatever's feeling good for you today. Okay, if you want a little extra and you're ready for it, pull it across, but keep that knee coming towards your chest. Okay, guys, I've got one more for you. This one is super important. I'm going to use a bench to do this one. Okay, you're going to want something that's fairly solid. This is a good one for the pecs. I'm going to use a little bit of weight too. You can use some water bottles also, or you don't have to use weight. Try it out, see what works for you. Okay, I'm going to relax my feet on the bench. I'm going to bring the weight up. Palms are going to go up, and I'm just going to drop the arms down. Okay, so this is a great pec stretch, front of the shoulder, and breathe with it. Now, if the weights are too intense, it adds too much intensity to the front of the shoulder or the pec, get rid of them. This here works too. You can do this over a foam roller, but because your foam roller isn't very high off the ground, you're only going to go so far. And for some of you, that might be great. That might be all you need. But for others, that little extra here is a really big deal, right? It kind of takes you through that full range of motion. It opens everything up across the chest and gives you a really great stretch. Okay, you can play with the hand position. You can bend those arms and see what happens here. You can kind of raise them up a little bit and see it changes the stretch. Okay, so you're going to get across the pecs, front of the shoulder, depending on where you need that stretch, where you're most tight, you're going to be targeting. Okay, guys, I know that was a lot. That was a quick rundown for 10 minutes. Actually, I went a little over, sorry. But those are 6 amazing stretches. Full body, we kind of hit, I don't want to say a little bit of everything, some of the major areas that I find are tight on people and causing limited range of motion and dysfunction in your everyday movement. So give those a try. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, also let me know. I love answering questions, helping people solve problems or figure things out. So don't hesitate to reach out either via Facebook on just as a post on my profile or in a private message. Make it a great week, guys. Enjoy and stay safe.